You could be good at pottery, but still not be good at pottery. What is up, Shape Nation? This is Nic Torres here. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking about how you can be good at pottery, but you still can't be good at it. So I am a huge sports fan. By huge sports fan, I mean I like basketball and I like baseball. And because it is right now the NBA season, as it gets in the middle of the season and it's almost the All-Star game, I I tend to watch a lot of basketball because that. So what do I mean by that? You can be good at pottery but you can't be good at pottery. So the reason why I bring this up is because I was watching, like a little bit of YouTube, and it was pretty much debating why Vince Carter wasn't as good as Kobe Bryant. And for those that don't know who these two people are. So Kobe Bryant was an absolute amazing player. He's like in the conversation for like top 10, top probably 5 of all time of NBA players. And while Vince Carter, on the other hand, he was very, very good himself, but he just wasn't Kobe's level. But the only difference was, I would say that in terms of skill, Vince Carter had Kobe Bryant beat. Why is that? So in terms of skill, Vince Carter was probably more athletic, he had definitely had a better vertical jump compared to Kobe Bryant. He was overall more athletic. But the key difference that made Kobe a winner, and he had 5 NBA championships while Vince Carter had none, was simply that Kobe had an obsession with winning, with being able to be the greatest on the court. He wanted to be on the court for the longest, and he wanted to just absolutely dominate. While Vince Carter, on the other hand, he was very good. He was very athletic. He didn't have that same drive as Kobe. And that's the difference between those two players. They're both very good players. But what made the difference was the obsession that Kobe had. The obsession of getting better, getting better, getting better, and being on the court, playing as hard as you can. While Vince Carter just didn't really have that in his skill set, right? He had all the skills, but he didn't have necessarily the mindset. And it's the same thing with our pottery. You can be very, very good at wheel throwing on the pottery. Maybe you're making some of the largest vases, maybe like on the print. But to me, just because you can make a lot of really tall vases, that doesn't necessarily mean you are good at pottery. You're good at that one skill set, but that doesn't mean you're good at everything in pottery, which is totally fine. But just why I'm bringing this up is because if you are good at that one skill set, but how can you not be good at pottery? You're good at pottery, but you're not good at pottery. What do I mean? So like I mentioned earlier, that you could have this skill set of being a very good wheel thrower, but you're just copying every other potter out there. And that's what makes you you're good potter, but not a good potter. But on the other hand, let's say maybe your wheel throwing maybe it's average, maybe a little bit above average compared to the normal person. But what you do to spice up your pottery is you do things completely different. Maybe you alter the way you wheel throw a little bit, or maybe you add some graffiti designs onto your pottery. Maybe you tell a story with your pottery. Rather than filling in with the mold of other people, you go your own route, and that's what makes you a good potter, a great potter, rather than just a good potter. And you're taking that route for yourself. You're taking that route to find your own style, rather than just trying to copy everybody else. Because there's a lot of copying in pottery, which is totally fine. If you want to go out and just do simple glazes, that is totally fine. You can do those things. The things that make the great potters is they try to find their own style with their pottery, and they're not just copying everybody. And that's the difference between you could be a good potter, but not still be a good potter. Because the best potters out there are looking to find their own style, looking to differentiate themselves from every other person out there. And that's why it's so important to find your own unique voice, always be trying to find your own unique voice. so you can differentiate yourself from other potters. You don't want to be just good potter. You want to be a great potter. And that's why I wanted to give this little message to you today that go out and try to be different. Don't just copy other potters, because it's okay to be different. And that's what we want. So go out there and try to find that one thing that's going to make you stand out a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next one.